Thanks to breakthroughs in technology, the market for genetic tests that give patients information about their genes has surged over the past decade. According to one recent estimate, there are now more than 60,000 on the market. But in the race to profits from this exploding industry, we found some may be promising more than science can deliver. Jim Axelrod is here with the CBS News investigation. Jim, good morning.
Good morning, Charlie. In the fight against cancer, a test that could detect a tumor before a patient shows any symptoms would be a game changer. Best case scenario, that is still 3 to 5 years away. But our investigation found one test on the market right now that could give patients a false sense of security about their cancer risk.
The buzzword is actionable.
At this healthcare conference in Silicon Valley a few weeks ago,
So very hot topic.
biotech pioneers pitched the latest and greatest in personalized healthcare.
This has the potential to totally change not just cancer, but all of medicine.
Dr. Richard Klausner is the chief scientific officer of GRAIL, a company developing a blood test for cancer known as a liquid biopsy. Somebody with no symptoms
No symptoms.
could get their blood drawn,
Exactly.
and you could determine they have cancer.
That's the Holy Grail.
The idea holds great promise, but Klausner says proving it works will take time.
The answers are not going to be clear until we do definitive and large-scale studies, because we need to know, not that this sounds good, but that it's true.
And any company saying that that time is now?
We just don't have the clinical data yet, and we have to get it.
There is a lot of incentive. The liquid biopsy market is expected to be worth $22 billion by 2020. Another company after a piece of it is San Diego-based Pathway Genomics. Pathway's roster of board members includes the former chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Peter Pace, former Secretary of Commerce, Barbara Franklin, and Newt Gingrich. Pathway raised $40 million in its last round of fundraising. But what caught our attention is the test Pathway launched in September.
Introducing Pathway Genomics' revolutionary test. Cancer intercept, detect, and monitor.
Available by physician order for as little as $299, Pathway's marketing claimed it could do what others say is years away.
Cancer Intercept can detect a growing tumor in the body before the patient may notice symptoms. It's like a cancer stethoscope for detecting and monitoring cancer.
A few weeks ago, we visited Pathway to ask them about their claims. Before we sat down with the CEO, Jim Plant, they played us that marketing video.
We just watched a video upstairs.
Right.
And it says the liquid biopsy will detect cancer before symptoms.
Yeah, may. So we
Well, that's
say,
not what the video says.
says it may. We don't say what. We don't say will. We say may.
You don't make the claim that you can detect cancer?
We say the information can be used to help guide potential early diagnosis.
We also asked Plant about this chart showing the advantages of their liquid biopsy over a traditional tissue biopsy.
We never say it replaces solid tissue biopsy.
This chart looks like an either or, Jim, doesn't it?
No, it's not an either
Tumor
or.
biopsy versus cancer intercept liquid biopsy?
It's an additional tool in the toolbox. It's one piece of information that helps, guide the physician-patient discussion.
While it's good to have extra tools, that doesn't mean we should be using them on our patient outside of research settings. More than a decade.
Dr. Max Dean is a cancer researcher at Stanford. Pathway cites his research as evidence their test can detect cancer in otherwise healthy patients.
I think we're still years away from that possibility. While we have
Years.
so that absolutely requires thousands of patients and long-term trials to prove that.
Thousands of patients, years of testing, millions of dollars.
Correct.
And if a company isn't doing any of those three?
Then I don't think I would order that test.
Pathway has 3 clinical trials underway to study its liquid biopsy, but they all started months after the test was put on the market. Following our interview, Pathway removed that marketing video from its website, telling us they had proactively decided to limit some of our marketing activities associated with Cancer Intercept. In September, the FDA sent Pathway Genomics a letter about Cancer Intercept, citing concerns the test did not have adequate clinical validation and may harm the public health.
I think this is evident in your piece, but why is the FDA concerned?
Well, the FDA is concerned and calls this a major health risk because physicians and patients are going to make significant major health decisions based on information we don't fully understand yet. The FDA doesn't regulate it right now, but is currently in the process of drafting new regulations they hope to have implemented by the end of the year.
Thanks, Jim.